Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? Happy Friday. Yep, Friday, November 8th. I love how Thursday is Friday Eve, and then after Friday Eve, we actually head into Friday, which is where the weekend lies ahead. But you know what makes it better on the weekends? As if Friday is part of the weekend. So, yeah. Not to mention, we also have a 3-day weekend coming up. Not to mention, next Monday is Veterans Day. So, for those who are in school, make the most out of next Monday because you get a break, you get to relax. So, yeah. So for today, I'm making a poem video. This is number 222. The last one I did was on 221, and it was on a poem on a famous WWE tag team trio that came onto the scene back in late 2012, and that was on the famous tag team trio that made Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns so very famous. The Shield, especially when you remember these words: Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. So yeah. So for today's poem video, 222, I written a very new one. I got up in the middle of the night last night and wrote it. So yeah, I did have to make a few corrections, but luckily I was able to put it right, and I have it with me at this moment. So yeah, for today's poem, you're gonna love this one. I was thinking of what I want to write for my next poem, and this one came to me. And right now, the world is seeing so many, how do I put it this way? You know how neurodiversity has absolutely changed the game for what the world looks like right now. In a very good way, because we neurodiverse fellows, including myself, are helping the world breathe, especially when it comes to autism, Down syndrome, ADHD, dyslexia, even all other types of special needs conditions that relate to disabilities as we know it. So yeah, right now we are absolutely making the world feel very calm and relaxed, even helping it breathe even more with changes coming about in a way with us being different. And I always learned this from everyone that loves and cares about me, including my family and everyone that knows me as ever. Being different makes you feel very special, no matter where you come from in life, and that's like the most important thing to me as ever. And especially when it comes to autism and other special needs conditions. So yeah. So for today's poem, I written a very good one, and I'm not gonna lie, your loves are gonna love this one, especially for all those who are definitely neurodiverse out there. Like myself, I'm also neurodiverse because I'm autistic, and autism definitely runs in my family. Not to mention, I'm a self-advocate and for the autism community, so that's like my favorite thing to be as ever right now. Remember how autism was at first? It was heard about, but not heard about enough. Talked about, but not talked about enough. And then when I came onto the scene, I gave the autism community the one thing that will help them get their voice heard, even get their stories out as you know it. And that was becoming their absolute voice. Yes. Being a role model and the guidance to all fellows on the spectrum. Yes. Children, teens, and young adults. So right now, that is still going on, and the fight continues on. And with me coming onto the scene and helping even more, this is where we come in. Not only getting our voice out there, but our stories getting out there as ever. Which is why we are definitely and absolutely making a difference in this world, in a way of keeping the world breathing even more. So yes. So for today's poem, you're gonna love this one. I wrote this poem called "Neurodiverse Me." When you hear the word neurodiverse, you know that means you are neurodiverse wherever you go. With autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, and other disabilities slash special needs conditions, this is where we come in making a difference in this world. And it all relates to unity, diversity, and coming together as you know it. Togetherness is the most important thing as we know it as ever. So yeah. So get ready. And before, well, you know what? I'll show you at the end where I put the picture. You may think where it is, but I'm sure where I really put it right after I get done reading it. So get ready. And if I ever want to read it one more time, I'll do that so you guys can hear, just to help you remind you what it means to be neurodiverse, especially for all fellows out there who are neurodiverse as ever. So yes, Neurodiverse Me by Denzel Claus. Listen, neurodiversity has made a very huge difference in this world. You thought and assumed it would not get this far to reach. But the difference was the absolute key to preach. Autism was the best reason to come into my adventure, while feeling the sweet joy, praisement, and pleasure. Down syndrome is another one to look at so carefully. The least you can do is understand it more versus hate. Being neurodivergent is phenomenal as you open the gate. How many times did individuals try to change or dictate you? Because special needs fellows do not like that, especially by force. When I became the fighting voice for the autism community, I, I sensed something new was about to happen in a good way. As if change came while putting together a beautiful play. Did you know being neurodiverse can bring you absolute joy? The truth is, it really can to any special needs girl or boy. ADHD is another one I really grew fond of as this era existed. When you say special needs fellows are not smart or dumb, you are responsible for going after self-esteem with none. The R word is a terrible poison for degrading someone different. I remember autism being heard and talked about, but it wasn't enough. Times were difficult for special cases to be noticed, even as you are dealing with the government or system. I am very proud to be neurodiverse in this world. The difference is not only being made, but also acknowledged. I have two words for you: neurodiverse me. Remember how you think the pitch you remember how you always think that the pitch is going to be shown at the end? Well, funny thing about that is I put it somewhere different. Ta-da! I put it in the front just to represent my title. Yep, this is me at a LEND seminar. Yeah, I was part of the LEND program. Yeah, throughout this year, going back to late 2023. Yeah, and I was there last month to do my presentation and talk about how autism has really made a difference in this world, especially with me coming onto the scene and helping more fellows in the spectrum get their voices out in a way of getting their stories told and out as ever, so something new so something new can happen in a very good way versus something new being tossed aside and have something else be thrown in as the main case of the pictures. So I'm holding stuff so you loves can see. This is my poem, Neurodiverse Me by Denzel. I'm holding stuff so you loves can see for yourselves. And if you ever want to hear me read this one more time, I'd be glad to, which I'm going to do right after this. All right, I'm going to read this one more time, and then after this, I will wrap things up. Neurodiverse Me by Denzel. Neurodiversity has made a very huge difference in this world. You thought and assumed it would not get this far to reach, but the difference was the absolute key to preach. Autism was the best reason to come into my adventure, while feeling the sweet joy, praisement, and pleasure. Down syndrome is another one to look at so carefully. The least you can do is understand it more versus hate. Being neurodivergent is phenomenal as you open the gate. How many times did individuals try to change or dictate you? Because special needs fellows do not like that, especially by force. When I became the fighting voice for the autism community, I said something new was about to happen in a good way, as if change came while putting together a beautiful play. Did you know being neurodiverse can bring you absolute joy? The truth is, it really can to any special needs girl or boy. ADHD is another one I really grew fond of as this era existed. When you say special needs fellows are not smart or dumb, you are responsible for going after self-esteem with none. The R word is a terrible poison for degrading someone different. I remember autism being heard and talked about, but it wasn't enough. Times were difficult for special cases to be noticed. Yet, even as you are dealing with the government or system, I am very proud to be neurodiverse in this world. The difference is not only being made, but also acknowledged. I have two words for you: neurodiverse me. There you have it, my friends. That was the poem of what I had written last night and read to you today, this more on this poem video, Neurodiverse Me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you ever want to watch this again, you are more than welcome to anytime you like, just to feel like as if someone really gets you, hears you, and understands you, even feels you as you know it. So yeah, other than that, I just want to say thank you for your time, loves. Please enjoy today. You know how last month, you know how this week's been with the warmest weather, just like how last month was. Even though we were dealing with forest fires, but the most important thing is that we had warm weather last month. So right now, we're in November. We've had the warm weather still be with us for a few matters of times, but now we got the cold coming in, and the rest tells the story. So yeah. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this poem video. This was 222, and today's poem was written by me, called Neurodiverse Me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, you're more welcome to watch this over and hear this poem again. So it's just what keeps you going. So other than that, I say thank you for your time, loves. Please enjoy today. And I'll see you the next guy. I'll see you guys. I'll see you loves next time whenever I make another poem or art masterpiece video. So for my advice to all you loves today, please enjoy yourselves. It's Friday. And also, let the world know what it means to be definitely neurodiverse, and what neurodiversity really means to all neurodiverse fellows as ever, like myself. Other than that, thank you, loves. Have a good one. Happy Friday, and take care. Have a wonderful day.